Ooh, I hate this background, dude. I need a better background before I willingly go back to using Facecam. And one that's formatted better. Like, look, it's not even focusing on me. Hello? I need bigger glasses. Anyways, what was I doing? Oh man, look at all these people playing Pokemon. Look at that. I was doing dark. I'm looking for dark type Terra raids. Specifically dark types and steel types. Let me see if they're still here. No, they're not. Because why would they be? I need dark types because I would like to change my Grafii to a dark type Terra type. Because specifically for Murkrow. Because if I counter Murkrow with my own dark type fucking thing, then, you know, it doesn't matter. Damn, if only it was still ice type. If only it was still dual type. You see, I have this Grafii here. And I don't really know what I should build on it, but I have Doodle, Poison Jab, Encore, and Helping Hand. Don't know if I need Helping Hand, but Doodle and Encore are very, very, very good moves. And see, this is why I need, like, sound. I need some form of entertainment. Meow. Oh. Bruh. Man, it totally would have one-shot, too. Man. It has Reflect, too? Jeez, dude. That's gonna, like, halve the damage that I'm about to do. Ah! At least it doesn't have counter. But it has facade. That's a problem. Ooh. I didn't mean to use belly drum. Doesn't matter. I'm frozen solid. Please let me attack once there. Thank you. Oh my god. Can't belly drum. Can't have shit. Bro. This is gonna take fucking forever. It's my least favorite part about these raids. On God, on God. Is the secret to get on the front page of Twitch just use just do the music category? Jeez. I'm gonna catch it. Dude, that's only 5 Dark Terror shards. I have no idea how many I have, but I don't think it's 50. I've yet to, like, redo one of my Pokemon's Terrestrial type. That's not the moveset it had. It had Taunt, Ice Punch, Facade, Swords Dance, and Reflect. Why do Terra Pokemon get to use more moves? It's kind of lame. Honest to God, I think Pokemon should go back to the old format. I forgot to put moisturizer on my face. Let's check out the VGC Pokemon VGC Regional Championships.
Wait, how the fuck is he healing? Is it this suspect fucking shaman over here? Oh, there is, you asshole.
Oh, this Warhammer game is a fucking Diablo. I like Diablo games. Yeah, pray that Tailwind helps. Loser. You're about to fucking die. Boom. Man. Grinding Terra shards cannot be harder. Yes. Give me more dark types. Fucking Gothitelle. Gothitelle. I love her little sweet little goth. Gussie. Dancer 5690 is definitely a child. Definitely a child. Spidops. Why would you choose Spidops? That's griefing. That's actually going to be one of my Pokemon on my team. Man, shiny Shiny Grimmsnarl's so good. It's such a good shiny. Oh, you did like 12 damage to me. Ouch. Boom. What? That's so, ugh. Is that its only attacking move? Because if it knew Psychic... There you go. There's Psychic. Keep using Thunderbolt though on me, yeah. Not Calm Mind. I don't like it when you use Calm Mind because you still use Psychic. Yo, Azumarill's not 100% always the best option. There we go. Wasn't so hard, was it? I'm gonna catch this Soul Girl though. This kind of looks good to me. Why do they always know? Whatever. Bag. $41. I don't even have enough. It's at least 2 more 5-star Dark Terror raids. That's how terrible the grind is. Wait, they are still here. And I don't even need the belly drum for this one.
There yet? Not yet. There yet? Not yet. Are we there yet? Not yet. Are we there yet? Let's play a game.
Two Dark Terra shards. Two. You need 50.
Let's see the Grand Canyon.
I'm sorry, but we are not leaving Stewie by himself. We're going home.
No way, those guys have a TV in their car. They're watching Operation Dumbo 6 with Don Knotts.
Professor, you've got to impregnate this elephant or the entire species will become extinct.
You mean I gotta put this thing in that thing? This is a job that's not worth the money.
Peter, watch the road.
Lois, get off my back, will you? I'm trying to watch TV.
I swear to God, sometimes I think your head's screwed on backwards. I mean, do you have any idea?
Hey, Crashy, what are you doing down there?
Are they live right now?
to accomplish today.
Yeah, and I just can't wait to see what critical hit Golden Girl, I think makes things a little bit interesting. But yeah, really nice adjustment by Ryan in this lead, and honestly, it felt like the game was already in a huge deficit for Ethan after turn 1. And Frigoraph did survive that Make It Rain, but
Frigoraph!
where you would need so much to go right, and even if things go right, I'm not sure it's enough to strategies coming into this tournament. Of course, we were expecting like Murkrow Tailwind teams, like Dozo teams, but somehow I feel like Tauros, like Moldean Tauros, we've seen more of than any other Pokemon on stream. Maybe it's just us. Like maybe it's a curse or a blessing. Yeah,
it's a blessing.
You know, depending on whether or not you're a Tauros fan or not. But I think that's pretty cool. And no, I feel like in each round it's just new compositions, new strategies, and the beginning of a format always feels really fun. I feel like when things are so open, but especially like I think this is really
Remember when Toxic was like a universal move, and then now it's not?
And it is a shame we're not going to get to play it, for longer, especially with Series 2 and the Paradox Pokemon rolling around sooner than later. But, of course, we got to see how this first tournament is.
Yeah, I mean, what's actually going to end up coming to the top, too, because, we saw a few Don Dozo Tatsugiri earlier today, but for the most part, we've missed him on stream, I feel like. So it's kind of been neat to see, like, Gothitelle, we've seen, like, Palafin, which I wasn't super expectant of, I suppose, but it's been a long day for all of our trainers, and they really only have the ability to use, you can see the Pokedex numbers that are available right now, but it's essentially the Paldea Pokedex minus the legendaries and the Paradox Pokemon. So that's really what we're looking at right now, and it really has lent itself to a lot of creative strategies. Did you really think we were going to see an Abomasnow today?
I was hoping for one. I didn't.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if we were actually going to see one.
Hopeful, but not like, yeah.
But I know my boy James Evans got me, so shout out to James because he has a really cool team. I saw Abomasnow and Gothitelle, and I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. Like,
yeah, it's been a great day. It has most certainly been a wonderful day to see all of these different types of Pokemon. I mean, Excalibur, what a sleeper pick for a lot of players, really not on their radar for maybe some of the bigger threats that they would have expected to see in the meta, but we've already seen a few Excalibur on stream. We've seen multiple different sets in terms of moves, held item, Terra type, and we still actually have one more to show you. Spoiler alert, there's a Excalibur in this next match.
And it's not Electric Terra. This one's a little bit different from the one we had seen previously. It's actually, I think one thing that's really
Sounds like a defensive
turret.
terrestrialization. Making it electric? Ooh.
Itself is really cool. And there's another Tauros. It's like,
I know. It is a blessing.
How many rounds have we done today? Like 5? And I feel like 4 of the 5 rounds had at least one Tauros.
Everyone's wearing masks still? Really? Ew.
The statistics out. So after 4 rounds that we did, it was 75%.
Yeah, it was on 6 of 8 teams.
Yeah, 6 of 8. So now we're at
7 out of 10.
7 now. Yeah.
Right?
Math. It's so late. It's so late. And we've had so much Pokemon.
We've seen 10 teams, or commentated 10 teams, and 7 of them have Paldea and Tauros. That's wild to me.
Mostly Aqua Breed.
Yep,
but
I think 5 Aqua Breed.
Yeah, and 2 Blaze Breed.
Yep.
Yeah, we're keeping track here, promise.
And you can see the teams down here, and this is fun because Marco has the safety goggles on his Tauros as well. And Brady has the Amoonguss, and so that actually could be super relevant in this matchup.
And there's a Salazzle! Oh my god, there's a Salazzle!
Talk about new Pokemon coming up on the stream in each round. Salazzle actually a really interesting option because it's a super fast fake out user and actually has unique coverage behind the poison and of course the fire as well. And so, yeah, not a Pokemon like we see super frequently, but it's got a ton of good coverage in this matchup. There's the Amoonguss, obviously Salazzle loves overheating into that. There's the Golden Go, Salazzle loves overheating into that. And there's a Grimmsnarl, you can Sludge Bomb into that slide. So yeah, I think Salazzle is actually super good here. You can also use Fake Out onto the Talonflame slot on Brady's side in order to potentially break the Gale Wings and prevent it from activating so you don't get that priority Tailwind. And so I think actually it makes sense to prioritize Salazzle in this matchup.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really cool to see like how maybe Salazzle gets to play around, like how these Pokemon have interacted with all the Terra types as well. It's just been really unique to watch. But I want to talk about these players a little bit too. You know, Brady Smith is definitely no stranger to the North American Pokemon scene. And even just this last season, Brady ended up in the top 32 of the North American International Championships, and also played in quite a few other tournaments to great success. I mean, top 8 of 2020 Oceania International Championships, and really just has had a stellar run throughout the international circuit. But then on the other side of things as well, when you look at Marco Martinez, this is a player that, you know,
Is Paldean and Tauros really so
we
good?
have watched their performance as well over the last few years. Has played in a few of the Players' Cups, has had some good performances in the online circuit, but really looking for a good finish at this regional.
Yeah, and honestly, I just really enjoy Marco's team as well. You know, the Salazzle, the Excalibur, the Paldean Tauros. He's also running one of the Hydreigon sets that have picked up in popularity in recent weeks. It is going to be the Scope Lens Focus Energy set, and the idea behind this set is that
Rotom Wash.
just credits is, you know, really valuable into like Dondozo team compositions, but also just really strong in general. I'm actually really interested in seeing how it performs in this matchup because Brady has the Grimmsnarl, and Grimmsnarl normally likes to set up that light screen, but hey, you know what, ignores the light screen critical hits. And so Hydreigon as a Pokemon I actually think makes a ton of sense in this matchup for Marco as well. So definitely have my eye out on the Salazzle and the Hydreigon on his side of the field.
Yeah, I mean, just seeing the Double Dragon as well is just so interesting that we've seen more and more of that archetype. It makes a lot of sense that Sylveon is now a bit more of a meta threat just because of how many Dragon-type Pokemon are running around. But just also to be able to see Excalibur, this is the third time I think we've seen it on stream, and with such a unique combination of moves and items, that it's really cool to see how trainers are even iterating on just that alone.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, Brady running a lot of, like, conventional Pokemon, but I feel like a lot of times you expect to maybe see a Murkrow over, like, the Talonflame, for example. There's
Give me Dark.
Grimmsnarl as well.
Dark type.
Grimmsnarl's an interesting Pokemon. I don't think we've actually seen it too much on stream today, but of course it's really strong just
We
as
saw
it was.
Please connect to me.
Yep,
Please
exactly.
connect to me.
We did.
Thank
We shot
frickin'
Grimmsnarl,
God.
aka Sableye.
Yeah, Grimmsnarl at home, basically. But, you know, this Grimmsnarl has dual screens. It has the parting shot as well, right? And so, of course, being able to set up the screens is somewhat valuable. In this matchup, it is interesting because Marco has a way to kind of get around the light screen with the critical hit Hydreigon set.
You gonna fucking play rough this dude?
Seen a bunch of different
You gonna fucking
dum
dum dum dum dum.
Last game, but Rotom Wash, a classic Pokemon here. Don't know if it's honestly like that amazing in this matchup, but of course it does threaten Salazzle with a super effective Hydro Pump, for example.
Rotom Wash. Yes.
Will-O-Wisps off as well. Although double checking, Marco's Tauros is actually
Rotom Wash has a special place in my heart.
Yeah, I mean, even just looking at Brady, I feel like was rounding out a bit of a Fire Water Grass core, via the Talonflame, the Amoonguss, and the Wash Rotom. But honestly, in a Terra format, that doesn't feel as necessary. Just because of the different defensive and offensive options that you have available to yourself, you don't necessarily need to have like that or the fantasy core, which is like fairy, dragon, steel. You don't have to have that to really round out your team.
Yeah, one thing I'm like kind of interested in thinking about this matchup is where's the offense going to come from for Brady's end. I think like naturally Grimmsnarl and Amoonguss are pretty passive. Talonflame obviously maybe gets like one big hit off, but that's basically it. So like Golden Go and Garchomp will feel really critical. What's interesting is obviously Garchomp doesn't match up super well on paper against Excalibur, but Brady's Garchomp here is actually the Fire Terra typing, and so that will obviously allow you to suddenly resist the ice shards that might come out from the opposing Excalibur.
Yeah, and then also when you look across the way too, you might think about that as well and say, well, there's also a Hydreigon that has Levitate on Marco's side, but Garchomp is naturally faster than Hydreigon, and especially when you have a lot of players running with a bit more of a bulkier set, then you
One? I got one?
that Garchomp might be able to get the job done too if it has to.
I got
go
one
for
shard.
attack, like the Dragon Claw that is on Brady's set.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, defensive Terras I think will be a big deal in this matchup because it just threatens both sides. For example, like Brady has the Golden Goal and the Garchomp. Golden Goal super good into the Excalibur. Garchomp good into the Dragons. You've got Earthquake as well. I mean, Garchomp like coverage-wise looks incredible here, right? It actually hits so much of Marco's team for super effective damage, but Marco has a ton of defensive terrors to get around that. He's got the flying terror on Golden Go. He's got the fire terror on the Hydreigon. He has the, let's say, it's water terror there on Baxcalibur. And Salazzle, I think that's the one Pokemon I don't really expect to see a terror in this matchup.
No.
But, you know, you don't really need a terror on it. Focus Sash actually kind of fulfills that purpose a little bit better.
Yeah, it's the fire terror type, and so if you wanted to maybe get like double stab to do some big damage with the overheat, then that would make a bit more sense if you find yourself in a position where that would be useful to you. But it seems like that's pretty niche, where you might find use out of a Terrafire Salazzle, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I think I'm just kind of picturing how I would maybe play if I were in Brady's shoes right now, and then maybe think about how Marco would play. I think like Garchomp feels generally powerful in this matchup, and so like using a defensive terror on Garchomp, and then just like you could set up Tailwind with Talonflame, for example, and go from there. I think like the opposing Tauros is a little bit scary, of course, because of its ability to intimidate as well, and so I think there is a world in which Brady could just go like full offense, like Talonflame, and then just bring like your Rotom, your Golden Go, and the Garchomp. Part of the question here is how much do you value like a Mungus, for example. Marco does actually have the safety goggles on the Tauros on the opposing side, and so that can be kind of annoying, but yeah, you can use like Talonflame to deal with Tauros, for example. And from Marco's end, I think a lot of the Pokemon are really quite powerful, but I definitely have my eye out on the Salazzle and the Baxcalibur in particular.
Yeah, I think those are going to be really, really cool to watch. Our players are just getting set up right now in Team Preview, selecting their Pokemon for the first game of this final best of 3 of the day, where it is a win and in. As both players are at 7-2 records, they need this final win to guarantee themselves a spot in the top 32. But it's not quite over for the player that loses. There are
Grafaiai has Prankster and a lot of good priority moves. Literally just give it Terrestrial Dark, and I think it could be a terrifying Pokemon to play against. And I'm not even looking at its stats. Give it a Focus Sash.
Yeah, I think one of the things I'm curious about is whether or not Marco decides to lead the Salazzle. I think like Talonflame is a likely lead from Brady's end to kind of prioritize setting up that Tailwind. But with the open team sheet format, we know that the Talonflame, no Covert Cloak, no Ghost Terra, but it has Protect, and so you can very easily just Protect on turn 1 with Talonflame and whatever other Pokemon you're sending in, then set up Tailwind on turn 2 to ensure that you're not broken with the fake out from Salazzle. So let's see if Salazzle hits the field. I'd love to see him make an appearance.
All right, well,
485 stats, has really good speed, really good attack, terrible defenses, so I'd give it a Sash.
Hyper offense right away. You've got the Garchomp and the Talonflame ready to go.
Yeah, I'd say this is a fairly nice lead for Marco, right? You get an Intimidate onto both of these physical attackers, and there is some offensive pressure here right now onto the opposing side, but I think Intimidate in itself is a really big deal, and Baxcalibur has the ability to potentially go for boosts right now as well. It is, I believe, the Swords Dance set. And so, yeah, the question here is, you know, Brady's got to be a little bit worried, right? You're facing something like you just Ice Shard you immediately, and so, yeah, you can see him kind of opting for a defensive pivot into Golden Go, which I think makes a lot of sense. I think Golden Go is actually very, very good against both of these Pokemon because just neither of them really have super good coverage into it.
Ouch. Alright, time to win. What? That didn't kill it. How much HP does this guy have?
Here, not going to be taking any damage from a close combat from the Tauros, and maybe get a bit of priority as well. But it looks like Marco is just going to go ahead and go for a Terrastalize here. The Baxcalibur now going to change over to that Water Terra type, and we'll see where it goes from there. I mean, it has a couple of moves that are in its moveset, like Glaive Rush and Ice Shard, which is going to be doing a lot of damage, but it's that Brave Bird with the Protect that at least, you know, Brady's able to get the Golden Go in pretty safe.
You still get recoiled if you get protected.
There's the Swords Dance, and so yeah, committing the Water Terror early just to make sure like Garchomp doesn't just hit it with a Dragon Claw. Even with the Intimidate, Dragon Claw can still hurt a decent amount, and yeah, Water Terror is really nice for Baxcalibur.
Hey, that's the exact moveset I wanted to use on my Golden Go, and I guess it's good.
Even though turn 1, it's not like a Dragon Claw came out, having that kind of defensive ability against this Baxcalibur, or against this Golden Go on the second turn is fairly valuable. Now the thing is, the Baxcalibur's moveset is Ice Shard, Glaive Rush, Swords Dance, and Protect, so even at +2, like you're not necessarily picking up a knockout onto Golden Go, but at least Golden Go can't knock you out in return.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, at this point, you're just kind of hoping that you can withstand some of this pressure. And as you highlighted, I mean, Brady really is going to be relying on the Golden Go and the Garchomp to really dish out the majority of the damage that we're seeing on his team. So Marco's kind of starting to respect that and really looking at those to be the targets of most of his damage. But Talonflame gonna Terastallize, and it has the flying Terra type, so if it goes for anything like the Brave Bird, it will be able to do increased damage there with that same type of attack bonus.
I guess Talonflame's still good.
It still doesn't do very much because it was right into the Golden Go, but if it had been that Tauros, I don't think we would have seen that one survive. The Glaive Rush, though, right into the Talonflame, does look like that's going to be a bit too much for
Oh
them
god,
to
this
handle.
person with the fucking floor just is gonna make us lose.
Kind of just went all in on trying to KO the Tauros there, get a little bit of extra damage output, but it's a great nasty plot from Golden Go. One other important speed interaction there was the Golden Go moving after the Baxcalibur, so that's good to keep in mind. But yeah, you just committed your Terra for...
Oh my god, you kidding? This fucking guy with the floor just ruined the whole game for us.
But now, like, Tauros can actually switch back in, can get an Intimidate onto the Garchomp. I am curious, kind of the bit between the damage calcs from, like, the Golden Go versus the Baxcalibur. I think right now Baxcalibur could consider just going for, like, a Protect this turn. You could pivot the Golden Go back out into the Tauros, get an Intimidate onto the Garchomp. It's actually Focus Sash on Garchomp upgrades, so Night Shard won't just get a one-hit knockout onto it. That's a pretty big deal. But one interesting thing here is, like, Garchomp can't feel very comfortable clicking Earthquake right now unless you actually go for a Protect with the Golden Go, and there's Baxcalibur starting the turn off with that Protect.
Yep. So we'll see that come through, and also another Protect coming out from the Golden Go. So what's really happening here when 3 Pokemon on the field are using Protect right now? Brady was definitely there with the Earthquake, but
Just need 3 more.
Anymore either, knowing that unless he wants to sacrifice his own Golden Go to try to get the knockout onto both of Marco's Pokemon, yeah, the Protects have been used. The second one, not super likely.
Yeah, I think that's a really just safe and smart play for Marco's in, and now Marco actually has the ability to just, like, double up into the Golden Go slot. I think, like, Garchomp's not actually really that scary right now, and the Golden Go obviously set up Nasty Plot earlier. One of the things we saw, I think, was that Marco's Golden Go was actually able to protect first before Brady's Golden Go, and so, you know, implying that it you know, like, could of course be a speed tie, but both players should know how the Golden Goes are trained, and so, yeah, since the Terra was committed on Talonflame, you can just, I would, you know, personally think about doubling up onto the opposing Golden Go and just trying to knock it out here, but maybe you're confident a Shadow Ball from your Marco's Golden Go will just get the KO, so you can just Ice Shard, Garchomp, Shadow Ball into Golden Go, or double up into if you really want to ensure the knockout.
Well, Garchomp's just going to go ahead and make a quick switch here as Amoonguss now entering onto the field here for Brady. So a little bit of defensive support, but I mean, even just from the Baxcalibur, it still takes that pretty handedly. The Shadow Ball now coming out from Marco's Golden Go is actually not enough to deal the finishing blow, and so Golden Go gets to shoot off a Shadow Ball of its own, and the critical hit, knocking out that Baxcalibur. So both Terra for both players now removed from the field, and I think you're feeling pretty good about that trade, if you know, just making sure that that Baxcalibur's off.
Yeah, I was curious how much, you know, Shadow Ball's supposed to do against Baxcalibur there without the critical hit, because Baxcalibur is actually just a really bulky Pokemon.
Well, he had a nasty plot too.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Well, I was thinking it could even survive a +2 Shadow Ball, depending on how it's trained, but honestly, I'm not entirely sure there. Because if it survives, I think the game's just over, right? You could just very safely Ice Shard Amoonguss, Shadow Ball, Golden Go again.
True.
I guess then, I mean, it's not 100% over, because then Brady could, like, protect Amoonguss, pivot in Garchomp, and then, or sacrifice Golden Go, bring in Garchomp. But that being said, yeah, the critical hit just ensures that the knockout happens, and Hydreigon's actually here in the back, and that has that Heat Wave, which is really tough to deal with right now with no defensive potential, you know, Terras from Brady's end. So, yeah, committing a Flying Terra on Talonflame so early on, I think really limits
Fairy type Caesar,
from
though.
this point on, and there's also just kind of an inherent speed advantage for Marco right now with his Pokemon relative to Brady's, which is a really big deal.
Yeah, we did see that Marco's Golden Go is indeed faster. It's happened a few times now.
Oh, Heat Wave's gonna miss, though!
Oh my gosh! Golden Go misses the attack!
But it was on Golden Go, and I think a Shadow Ball here should still get the knockout, so little bit of drama, but I don't think it's actually going to end up mattering.
I mean, hey, maybe Shadow Ball misses too. That's not how that works, but it's still maybe a little bit of hope there. I did see the miss, I got a little excited, but now light at the end of the tunnel. Garchomp is
There?
There. It's still healthy, and it can fire off earthquakes without too much worry.
Yeah, I think like the problem is now you have to face
I
the
know.
opposing Intimidate, and you know you can just like pivot Golden Go out in Tauros.
I'm trying to find a silver lining, Aaron. Stop raining on my parade.
I think right now, you know, Brady's just gotta take a little bit. I'm sure he's thinking a lot about the flying Terror, right? I think that just
yes, for sure.
Terror can be so hard to utilize, and he went all in, saying, okay, Tauros is kind of annoying. No switch, actually, so it's just going to be Dragon Claw coming out. I'm actually kind of surprised to see that, but maybe Marco's saying, well, I have enough resources to win this game anyway. But yeah, I think, I don't know, Shadow Ball here certainly is not going to knock out the Garchomp, and that's actually not even a two-hit knockout. So Tauros will come back.
It could have just been a low roll, though.
I think I would have maybe liked to
If
see
it was a low roll, then
guess, like,
yeah,
it's
it is a
still
2-hit knockout.
I think it's okay. I mean, Tauros also has access to Aqua Jet, so you know that priority is going to help Marco secure a knockout onto the Garchomp now. But in fact, wow.
I didn't
Earthquake's gonna move
block. I
first,
didn't.
but yeah, Tauros so deals with that so well.
Yeah, the only thing I was thinking was if you open yourself up to
Steal.
opportunity to like a double critical hit there, but I don't even know if Tauros would have fainted to a critical hit.
No.
Like life forward choice band Garchomp, it's just focus sash, and so yeah, Marco's just gonna take this first game honestly very convincingly.
I'll take a 4-star
Super well
too.
played by him. I mean, just looking at how he was able to pivot around some of Brady's biggest threats.
Dude, Fairy type Caesar would have been really
There are
nice though.
some adjustments that Brady can make
Especially
going
because it would have
into
been
the second
perfect
game, but
IVs.
Overall, I think he actually got a lot of information just knowing that the Talonflame, even with the Terra flying, wasn't able to get the knockout with the Brave Bird is really good information. Maybe as well, knowing that Marco's Golden Go is in fact faster, might lean Brady towards going for Tailwind with the Talonflame instead of trying to get damage with it.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. I feel like Brady just like had a major disadvantage for that mid and end game in game one because yeah, you're just slower, right? And Talonflame like spent all of this time going for Brave Birds that had very, very little value. And so I definitely expect if Talonflame comes back out to prioritize Tailwind this time around, so I think that's a really good call out. I think you could go with the same Pokemon. You know, I was saying earlier how I think like Rotom would make a lot of sense in this matchup and you just go like full offense. And so like the Amoonguss felt not very strong there. Unfortunately, Salazzle did not come out in that last matchup, but I think Marco, you know, just bringing strong Pokemon, I think like you have a lot of offense immediately from the get-go. I think the way like he utilized that early Swords Dance with Excalibur was really nice because Glaive Rush and Ice Shard just honestly do so much damage.
Klefki.
Before the Swords Dance, but especially afterwards. And so, yeah, I think Marco definitely has a lot of room for flexibility. I think with Brady, the one adjustment maybe you consider is dropping a move.
I'm gonna make another Klefki.
And then also, yeah, when you're actually in the game, the main adjustment you called out, which I agree with, is yeah, just prioritize setting up Tailwind this time around.
Let's see the leads for game number 2, where Marco has a game lead in this best of 3 series, so needs to win here in order to secure a top spot in that top 32. It'll be Excalibur and Tauros here for Marco, and it'll be the Golden Go and the Talonflame once again here for Brady.
Yeah, I think like adjusting to Golden Go here is smart because
Wow, Klefki's a very average stat Pokemon.
Needs up an Intimidate. Golden Go this time around can like pressure immediately with Make It Rain. Could consider actually going for a nasty plot as well on Brady's side of the field. And so, yeah, I think it's a good adjustment. I feel like Marco won the lead matchup really, really hard last time around. You can't just let him get away with that this time.
Yeah, so maybe just going for some speed control here. And the Golden Go as well is really not being pressured down by the Excalibur or the Tauros. I mean, like Tauros, one of its strongest moves is going to be that close combat. But that's not something that Golden Go cares about with the immunity to those fighting type attacks. But it is time for a Terra. So we're going to terrestrialize that Excalibur, and we'll see it transform back into that water type.
Yeah, it makes sense. I think like Excalibur is one of those Pokemon that you often want to Terra immediately because there's so many Pokemon that can hit for super effective damage. And so there's the Tailwind that you
it's an ice type.
called out. Rosemary just has an agenda against Ice-type Pokemon.
No, it's not me. It's not me. They are just the rarest one in the game. But yeah, there's the Tailwind. The Raging Bull as well, just gonna go ahead and knock out the Talonflame. But honestly, I feel like Talonflame did its job. It set the Tailwind. Brady gets a free switch now.
Yeah, I did think about the exact same thing with the fucking Tailwind. Talonflame.
Excalibur go for the Swords Dance again. I think you feel pretty okay just being able to bring in one of the.
And it would honestly just be like the same as
Yeah,
Murkrow,
Rhoda makes a big difference here
but
because,
not
like,
as
clearly
good
the
because it
problem
doesn't
with
have haze.
Excalibur, now you have an electric type Pokemon that can actually just thunderbolt the Excalibur, which is really cool. And so this is completely different, right? This time around, there's speed control. You baited out the Terra on the opposing end, and you have a Pokemon that can actually hit Excalibur for way more. Like the problem was Amoonguss just didn't feel like
I need a Spidops. Spidops would be amazing if I can make it.
Running a very classic moveset of Thunderbolt, Hydro Pump will Elizabeth Protect, but I think here you can consider just going for.
I don't know what Terra type Spidops would be good with. Probably doesn't matter.
Route you could take is just go maybe like Terra and make it rain and then just Thunderbolt immediately.
I could water, do water.
I think certainly multiple options.
Probably a more defensive type for Terra.
So the question is whether
Terrestrialization.
here, but,
Like
interesting. I think we're
steel.
seeing actual steel Terra
I
from Rotom.
think we are as well. Okay, Tauros is gonna switch off the field here for Marco. Golden Go now taking its place. We saw how Brady was selecting those moves, but it is gonna be that Terra. So Rotom Wash here is going to terrestrialize over to the steel type, and well, it's not gonna help it do any additional damage with the moveset that it has. It does help it out a bit defensively here, especially when you're staring down a Excalibur that did just Swords Dance in front of you.
Yeah, it's really nice defensively, right? Because now neither Glaive Rush or Ice Shard really will do too much to you. And so Thunderbolt comes out, and there's just the Make It Rain. So yeah, I really, really like how Brady has been playing this game so far, and I think he's super well positioned because now Make It Rain does so much into the Golden Go. The next turn you can consider just going for another Make It Rain plus Thunderbolt. Although actually because Marco does have the
Terra normal type into someone that could counter Golden Go.
But nicely done on Brady's end, kind of predicts the potential protect from the opposing end. Catches Golden Go as it switches in and just does a ton of damage to it. You know Excalibur protected, so now it's fairly easy to just, yeah, you can like double up onto it with a Shadow Ball and a Thunderbolt, try to guarantee a KO onto that or whatever is switching in. But you could also, of course, launch the Shadow Ball to the opposing Golden Go as well, try to get the knockout there, or go for Make It Rain. Once again, plenty of options in terms
This
of
bitch knows
what you
bug
can do
butt.
with Golden Go.
Bug butt.
Thunderbolt to KO Excalibur here, but I can't say I know my Rotom into Excalibur calc super well.
No, okay, yeah, it's pretty bulky. Yeah, definitely pretty bulky there, but the double up feels really safe as well, knowing the defensive capabilities of the duo that Brady has on the field. So you knock out the Excalibur, and then what does Marco's Golden Go do to you? I mean, the Shadow Ball comes through, but we even saw before that Brady's Golden Go was able to survive that.
Yep.
So yes, it's gonna get a special defense drop, so that's not going to be too long for this world, but at least you know that Brady was going to be able to survive that. So very, very safe to go for the knockout there.
Yeah, and I feel like, once again, it's just like a mix of Tailwind plus a better lead this time that's made this game look completely different from the previous one. I think the Rotom adjustment was much needed here as well, right? Being able to actually hit Excalibur for super effective is really nice, and so it was really the perfect two adjustments, you know, one in terms of Pokemon choice and two in terms of how you execute with Talonflame. And so right now it feels like Brady has a
Thunderbolt, Hydro Pump, Will-O-Wisp, and Protect. So it is just a tanky sweeper, huh?
Tailwind and close combat, like then it's actually super effective into the Rotom, for example. So you could just go for some Protects at the current moment.
Well, he still has Tailwind available.
Let me check what my old Rotom's moveset is. I have my DS right here. And it's open to the game.
Either you get your Garchomp in for relatively free, or
Oh no, it is open to Pokemon Bank. Because I don't have Pokemon Bank.
Rotom's gonna hit it with a Thunderbolt. So
I have to wait until March to transfer my Pokemon.
To be able to position this Garchomp in, and it can go for Earthquakes pretty free right now if it really wanted to.
Yeah, it looks like actually opting for the Dragon Claw option here, saying, well, you know, your Golden Go's not really that scary anyway, and ooh, okay, Golden Go actually even makes the switch out here, so it makes a lot of sense because the Tauros, I think, pressures Rotom with close combat now that Rotom is Steel Terra, so you kind of want to just ensure that you knock it out. Dragon Claw just
Let's check.
more, but, oh, Tauros is just out.
Chat's disabled for this live stream. Love that.
Okay.
And I can't watch it on
That
Twitch.
definitely doesn't feel too good. I could have totally been misremembering the amount of Tailwind turns that were left as well, but that Rotom is getting knocked out, and all of a sudden, Marco.
Damn, I miss
is gonna have
fucking Pokemon
the,
X.
the full HP Hydreigon. You've got the Tauros on the field as well. You're just kind of hoping that your Golden Go is going to be enough to be able to get through all of this. Garchomp is still pretty fast, so it will still be able to dish out some pretty big damage onto
So-
the Hydreigon or the Tauros, but
Oh, I have a
it'll be recent
fucking.
knockout if it's going to continue to try to hit into the Tauros. Wait,
Yeah.
no. Close
I have a
call.
Ninetales.
Interesting here is, like, do you consider switching out Tauros?
And I have a fucking Aegislash, a Vivillon,
For an Intimidate.
Vivian.
Dragon Claw a little bit better. Honestly, kind of surprised Brady was willing to just give up Rotom to a
It's
Pokemon
like
that's there, but again,
basically a
really
sweeper too.
comfortable, like, making a hard switch
It's got
to
really good
there.
like
But
special
yeah,
attack.
this is also awkward because Garchomp is really
I got a
limited in what
Whimsicott,
you can really go for here. You know, if you
Jellicent.
more or less either full
Where's my
swing
Rotom?
and then it kind of
Hydro Pump,
protect
Thunder
yourself.
Wave, Substitute, and
Yeah, this is
Confuse
sort of the play
Ray.
I was talking about, protect and just kind of
Mine was
bring
not a
it maybe
sweeper,
get an attack off with it, but the idea is so that you can pivot Tauros back in and then just
except
get
it
an
held a
attack
Mystic
off
Water
it.
for some
That
reason.
goes such a long way.
Yeah, but I mean, we
My
see
Azumarill had a
fast
Citrus
paced, like,
Berry.
just not it being. It wasn't as fast paced as maybe we would have expected to see some of these matches to go so far today. But this game is no exception.
We had a
We're
rain
seeing extra
team.
pivoting coming in from Marco, and yes, you lose the gold and go here, but as you had mentioned, Tauros gets to come back in, get another Intimidate drop onto
Mine had
Garchomp,
my
and
Cluffy had a
Dragon
lax
as
nature.
well.
That's not good.
I mean, that might help it survive. Like a dragon
Also, I
claw
named it
versus
Adam
Garchomp
West.
despite its super
Oh yeah,
effective
because of
attack,
Jingle
but
Keys.
that's something to definitely consider.
Jingle
Yeah, this is really
Keys.
interesting to me because, like, do you actually potentially go for a protect on one of these two Pokemon? Looks like Brady's actually thinking about just attacking with both, which, so here's a Dragon Claw, okay.
Oh yeah, that hangs on. Wow, the close combat as well going into the Garchomp. It's still gonna be able to keep itself relatively healthy, but the defense drop as well.
Well, it's encouraging to know that I'm not the only Mayor West who's facing difficulties, but what I need now is a diversion. Let's see. Jingle Keys. My God, I'm a tomato.
That just fucking sparked a fucking spark in my brain. I have a fucking Heliolisk too. A Life Orb Heliolisk. I had a male Snorlax I called Caseytron. I had a lot of competitive Pokemon. My Absol too. Oh my god, I miss my Absol. And Caesar. I had Technician. But what's the base move? What's the base power of these? 40. Bullet Punch is the only one. Why do I have Bullet Punch and Iron Head? I should have like Swords Dance or something. I have all these Dittos with good IVs. All these Pokemon. Oh man. Eeks. Alright, here are my Pokemon. My shiny Rapidash. My Pokemon that I all cheated in Pokemon Pearl. Except for my Lucario and my Gengar. My legit Victini that no one has. So good. My Mean Chow. God, I love Victini. I have so many Pokemon. Most of which aren't going to make it over to the new game. These Dittos are definitely coming though. My Carbink. I have a competitive Ambipom. Because I love Ambipom. It has a good moveset too. Fake Out, Protect, U-Turn, Return. God, remember Return? I missed that item. I missed that, it's whatever. God, I miss Gen 6. Gen 6 sure was a time. Mm. Dark type? Dark type. Oh, I didn't even notice the Gudra. Lol. Can we go now, gamer? It's loud. Fuck jump squats. Just fuck me up. Boom. We done. Just bookmark this tweet. What one? I don't even care about the other shit that I'm getting. I just want the Dark Terror shards. And then the DLC comes out and it's gonna be so much easier. Like, check out my little Grafii. Why would I keep it as a flying Terra type? Why would I do that? No! No picnic! Oh my god, I have to wait for the fucking animation every fucking time. Everything's just done through menus. It's just done through menus. Well, well. I'll be right back. Mm. So I dry scooped some peanut butter. I dry scooped some pre-workout. I ate a scoop of peanut butter. And now I have some yogurt and strawberries. Which I think I have to eat the rest of this tonight before it goes bad. Let's put some give me dark type. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Let me in, please. Please let me in. Please let me in. Please let me in. Please let me in. Strawberry don't look good. The strawberry looked like its name is Melba. Now it's got a little quiff. Ah. Y'all use stat enhancing moves. Dun, 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 dun. If this kills me, I'll kill myself. Okay, you didn't. That's pretty good. Yeah, yeah. Ah, fuck you, dude. I just now got to attack. It took like 6 attacks. Boop, 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 boop. Someone heal. One death takes way too much charge. No, not belly drum. Hello? Boom. Sure, I'll catch it. Gross. Why doesn't it give more? I got an ability capsule. I don't care. I just want some Dark Terror shards. Why can't you give me more than 2 in a fucking 5-star raid? Oh, are these event raids for like items? Do I finally have enough? I have just enough for one. It took me like an hour to get what, 7? 7 an hour. It's so sad. Where am I going? Medali. Blah, blah, blah. That's good. Finally, we completed a Pokemon. That took too long. And now, give an item to hold. And let's look for a focus sash. Where's the focus sash? Actually, it's not even done yet. It's not even done. I still have to finish the EV training. By the way, I'm pressing down, by the way. Focus band? That's not it. Just focus sash. I don't know what else to maximize Big Fire in. I could like split it 50-50 down the middle with defense and special defense, or just go straight HP. But it doesn't have very good HP, does it? Oh, oh, perfect move. Perfect move. Hang on, look at this. Knockoff. Should I use taunt or helping hand though? I'll probably go taunt, actually. Doodle, knockoff, encore, and taunt. It sounds like a really good moveset. I didn't even realize I had taunt. Trot! I have to go to the gym. Hang on, let me look at my Grafai's stat spread though. HP. It's got more special defense than defense. If I had like a speedy nature, hang on. Check summary. What's my nature? Yeah, up speed and lower defense, and that'd be really, really good. I mean, up speed and lower special attack, because it's not going to be special attacking at all. Or just do special defense. I think that's what I'll do. Just max out special defense. Yes. Maybe. Like, what item would you give Goldingo? I'm kinda using Grafai as a Murkrow counter. However, I will use Spidops if I can't use Grafai. Because Spidops is on my list. But I have to find a Spidops. I would like to find one in a Terra raid. So let's go see if that Poison Terra raid is a Spidops. And I would probably just get Spite Ups defensively. It's not the right one. Where? Oh, it's in the opposite direction. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Be me a 5-star Spite Ops. It'll be really easy to raid because Spite Ops kind of sucks. Okay. Well, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna leave the stream because I gotta go to the gym. Bye.